Hi everybody, this is Cheryl with Tipsy Tuesday, and this is our second viewers edition, and this one we're covering from the last viewers edition up till through our vinegar episodes. Now I had 3 tips come in from our last viewers edition, and I hope I can say this name correctly, and I'm sorry if I don't say it right. Jehohadek Maccabeus. I'm sorry if I didn't get it right, brother. Okay, and I'm just going to read his comment. I don't know if you've covered this, but I save my chips and Doritos bags to store things in, like seeds, dehydrated food, get home bag food, etc. Just put in the contents and vacuum seal. I also save my Ziploc bags of cheese, some coffees, tobacco, etc. for storage and get home bag items. Anything to keep money out of corporate America's pockets and in mine. And yes, that is a very, very good tip. It's something my grandma used to do. She used to save her bags, and she would wash them out and hang them upside down on a rope above her kitchen sink. You know, just clothespin them up there, and then she would reuse the bags. If you can reuse the bags and containers that you get store-bought stuff in, do that. There's lots of uses for that, and I'll probably do a video about reusing store-bought containers and plastic bags and stuff like that. But he had some very good tips. I'm actually going to try some of his tips and see how that works out. Now, he did also talk about making a space blanket out of, I believe it was Doritos bags. Let me just look. Doritos bags and aluminum furnace tape, and he talked about doing a video about that, but he has had a very busy summer. He hasn't been able to upload on his channel much. He's just had a really busy summer. So if he does do that, I'll let y'all know. I'll link that up in a future video. Yeah, that would be pretty cool to see. Okay, so the next tip is from Granny B. And she said, when I get holes in my socks, I cut the tops from the feet. Then each piece gets slipped over my glass canning jars, full or empty, to cushion them from banging together. And that's actually a tip that we are actually working on using ourselves, because when we go shopping, we want to cushion our glass jars so they make it home safely. And so that's a tip that we're working on doing, and I appreciate her putting that in there, because now we have something new that we can do because someone left a tip in the comments, and I do appreciate that. The last one was Free Spirit Press News. And she said that I save pretty much all of my bread bags for reuse for freezer bags, and if needed, they can be used for going into the winter boots to keep the feet and socks dry. And that's in reference to the bread bag storage video I had. And then she said newspapers are shredded and used for warm beds. And that's in reference to the junk mail video. And yeah, that is a very good thing, and I had not thought about warm beds, but yes, that would be very good for warm beds. And then she said use junk mail for fire starters, which I did talk about in the video. And that was it for the viewers tip one. Now for the t-shirt one, which was the next episode, the only tip we got out of that was Dominic Minichetti was talking about he uses old t-shirts to make gun cleaning patches. to clean his gun with. Well, yeah, that's a very good thing. If you have old t-shirts that have holes in them or something, you can't use them for anything else, cut them up for gun cleaning patches, or you can even use them for cleaning around the house, for cleaning rags, or you can use them for dish rags or washcloths. They actually make very good washcloths for washing babies' faces with. So yeah, that's a very good tip on cleaning. Now for the eggs episode, we actually did not have any tips that came out of that episode, but a challenge came out of that episode, because I actually ended up challenging Boneyard to cook eggs on the new grill that he built. And it actually turned out really great. He did take a whole egg, wrapped it up in foil, and put it on his grill and cooked it. In a follow-up on that, Manland 121 took a whole egg, wrapped it in bacon, wrapped it in foil, and cooked it on the grill. And so I'm going to link those two videos up in the description box, because they turned out really great. I was just really impressed. But that's what came out of the egg episode. And that was about it for those. Then we moved into, of course, the vinegar, and the 3 episodes that we had for vinegar. And let me find it here. Okay, so the first one, there was quite a few videos left. Now let me quite a few comments left on this, but let me state that I did not talk about apple cider vinegar, and this was just regular vinegar. This was not, I did not touch on apple cider vinegar. It has its own uses, and it could have a whole episode just for itself. However, there was some things that was brought up about apple cider vinegar that I did want to touch on. And the first thing was that apple cider vinegar is very good for cleaning the skin. And it's good for cooking, it's good for your hair. There are a lot of good uses. They were mentioned in the comments, and I don't want to let that just go. I just want to state again that I did not touch on apple cider vinegar. There are a lot of great uses for it. Quinn the Eskimo, which I will get to in a little bit, did leave some things about uses for apple cider vinegar for food. I did not touch on food. It's not something that, there's just too many uses for it. Now, Prepper Smith did talk about vinegar is great for a chemical sensitive option for mold and mildew. And yes, it is. And that I did refer you to Palmetto Prepared's channel to watch a video he had done on vinegar, because he talked about that very thing. And it is very good for that. Manland 121 brought it up that you can use it in your window washer fluid for your car, to clean the windshield of your car. Yes, that is a very, very good one too. Heirloom Reviews said that it can be used for a weed killer, like to kill weeds in the cracks of your sidewalks. Yes, it's very good weed killer. And Dominic Minichetti said it dissolves zinc. So if you have something that has zinc and needs to be cleaned off or whatever, vinegar is the way to go. Now, there was a couple of questions. Let me get here to Wee Wee's question, because she actually brought up a couple of very good questions. If I can find it. Well, Sorry, I thought I had it. Ah, here it is. I was looking for the wrong picture. Okay, the first question she asked was, what does the alcohol do when mixed with the vinegar in the spray bottle? Now, I was always told that the alcohol cleans up gummy, sticky stuff. Okay, and that was what the vinegar did. It cleaned up any residue, gummy stuff, sticky stuff, anything like that, and that's what it was used for. I don't know if that's true. That's just what I was told. Okay, I know it works. You know, for those kinds of things. So it kind of acts kind of like when you use soap. Soap acts as almost like a flotation. When you rub soap on your skin, it will lift the dirt up and then you can wash it away. And that's kind of how the alcohol does with it. It just kind of takes it all up and then it's washed away. And that's kind of how it was explained. Okay, then her second question was, and she's referring to getting the hard water deposits off of your faucets, like in your bathtub or your bathroom sink or something. And she asks, will this technique take care of the hard to reach places, the forgotten places, like underneath the tub faucet where the green stuff lives? Yes. Now, what you have to do is you have to soak your paper towels either in your vinegar or your vinegar solution, whichever it is you're using. And you want to wrap your faucets with these soaked paper towels. And you let them sit on there and soak. Now, one thing I didn't mention is you can take your spray bottle of vinegar or vinegar solution and spray the paper towels to keep them moist while they're sitting. You don't want them to dry out. You want to keep them moist. And then when you take your paper towels off and you rinse it, you can use your old toothbrush to scrub all those little tiny holes, and then use your spray bottle of water to spray it, and then scrub with your toothbrush to make sure that, you know, they all come out. So yeah, that's how I do it, is I soak it with my paper towels, and then I just use the toothbrush to kind of clean in the little nooks and crannies and the hard to reach spots. So that was the questions on that one. And now there was a couple of more questions, if I can get to the next one. Okay. And in this one, 307JOAT did ask about the vinegar and baking soda. I do want to touch on that one more time. I did say something about it in the video, but I do want to say it again. When you mix vinegar and baking soda, you are going to have a chemical reaction. It is going to foam up. It only lasts a few seconds and then it's gone, and there's no worries. Okay, it is going to foam, but there's no problem with it. You can still use it. And then, if I can find it, okay, Gotta Love Carpet Pythons had asked about getting body odor smells out of t-shirts. Yeah. Vinegar is very good about taking odors out. It's a very good fresh air freshener to get rid of smells and stuff. If you leave a load of towels in the washer and they sour, all you have to do is rewash those with a cup of vinegar and and your laundry soap. It's going to take all that smell away. Now, with body odor on t-shirts, there's a couple of things you can do. One, you can soak your t-shirt in vinegar. If you would prefer, you can use vinegar and water solution to soak it in. And then after you've soaked it 15-20 minutes, and then just throw it in the washer and wash it, and it should get rid of the body odor. The other option is using the pre-wash. I put a recipe in there for a pre-wash for your laundry. You can spray down those parts of your t-shirt under the arms, on the back, you know, wherever the odor is. Spray it down, let it sit for 15-20 minutes, and then just wash it. It should take away the odors, because it will take away mold and mildew smells and soured smells in clothes. Like if you've left a wet towel in the hamper, you know that smell. It will get rid of those smells. Now, I think I've touched on pretty much everything. Oh, Will Patriot did bring up, and I forgot to say it, you can use it to clean your coffee makers with. What he does is he mixes 60% of the solution with hot water and 40% with vinegar, runs it through his coffee maker like you normally would. There's several ways of doing it. That's one method. I always just put a little bit of vinegar in my coffee pot, and then fill it up with water, and then just run it through the cycle, you know, like you normally make a pot of coffee to clean your coffee pot. Especially if you have a lot of water build up, hard water, or mineral deposits, that kind of thing. And one thing I do want to mention is Mother in the Wild had talked about adding pine needles to a jar of vinegar and let it sit and infuse for about 2 weeks, and then use that for regular cleaning. Again, I have never tried that. I am not going to say it works, because I don't know. I've never done that. I do think that would be very good for air fresheners, you know, because you can use that for, you know, like, you can actually make an infused vinegar solution like that, and then spray it on your furniture to freshen up your furniture, you know, if they get a musty smell or something. That would be very good for something like that. I am not going to guarantee that's good for cleaning. I don't know what infusing the pine needles into the vinegar would do. It could very well be like the apple cider vinegar. I can't guarantee that. If you want to give it a try, go ahead. But I cannot say that will work, because I've never tried it. I would use it for other things, though. I think that's a very good idea. And I know that you can infuse other things with vinegar to use for food, which which I will get to in just a moment. So yeah, pine needles and a jar of vinegar, infuse it for 2 weeks, and then use it. Now, Quinn the Eskimo, and I'm not sure, let me see if I can find it here real quick, because I want to make sure that I have the correct name here. He talked about making dandelion vinegar and natural vinegar on his salad. Now, he did say that he does not have any videos on this, because I did ask him if he had, and he said no, that he did not. But there's a channel, and I just found this comment, so I have not checked out this channel. It's called Shasta Valley, S-H-A-S-T-A Valley, V-A-L-L-E-Y. Done a video on using apple cider vinegar with parsley to keep the bugs away, and he also uses it on his salad. So I'm going to check out that channel, Shasta Valley, and check out that video and see what that's all about. I know you can use vinegar. You can infuse like other things with vinegar to make vinaigrettes and things like that, you know, for your salad. So so those are some good ideas. Now I think that pretty much covers it all. Next week I am going to move on to another topic. We've gotten through all of the vinegar ones that I'm going to go through. I will encourage you to check out, I mean, you can just Google vinegar and you're going to find tons of tips and ideas and recipes and you name it. This is just some of the ways I use vinegar. One thing I will add vinegar to your preps. Vinegar is so useful for so many things. I could go on all day long about all the uses for vinegar. Just check it, check it out. Google it, check it out. But add it to your preps. All right, that's it for this week. You all have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.